Hey there, hi there, ho there. So a lot of people ask me, what gear do I need or what bike do I need and things like that. And I think a lot of times they're putting the cart before the horse. They're asking about the bike, and they're not thinking about what safety equipment is really essential before you get on the motorcycle. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What essential safety equipment should you get before you get on that first motorcycle? So what is the most important thing? A lot of people think helmet and then they stop. So yes, the helmet, absolutely, that's the first most important piece of equipment that you want to invest in. So start with your helmet. But before you do that, come up with a reasonable budget. Do your research and figure out about how much money you have for riding gear. It's going to take several $100s. So don't cheap out. How much is your body worth? How much are hospital bills if you don't wear good protective gear? So what do I mean by get your gear before you get the bike? I mean be safe. It's not just about the helmet. Yes, the helmet is most important. And even if you're in a state that doesn't require a helmet, how much is your head worth? Say, for example, you have a low mileage tip over. If your head hits the ground, you're going to have a traumatic brain injury at best. And, I'm just not going to go that far, or, I'm just going to ride it around town, or, I'm only riding a scooter. If you're doing 10 miles per hour, or if you're getting on the bike and you have a tip over in the driveway, you know what? ATGATT. All the gear, all the time. ATGATT. A friend of mine, for example, was rolling up on her motorcycle to one of those gates where you have to punch in the key code, and she took her glove off to punch in the key code and then didn't put her glove back on to roll through the barrier. Well, the barrier came down and knocked her into a flower bed. She skinned the back of her hand down to the bone. A major injury, and she was just rolling. She wasn't even going 10 miles per hour. You never know what could happen. So be proactive, be prepared, and before you get on a motorcycle, even just going down the street, always wear all your gear. So what's the minimum that you can get away with? And what do I think you should wear to ride on longer trips? First of all, like I said, always protect your noggin, always wear a helmet. Now, the first thing that our instinct is, if we're tipping over, is put our hands out. Gloves, get good protected gloves. And do not get the fingerless, because do you want to skin your fingers? Ew, no. So protect every part of your hand. I like ones that have the hard knuckle protector on them. That adds a little bit of protection. And if you really want to get serious about protective gear, look for ones that have a connector that connects the pinky to the ring finger, because that gives a little extra support for the pinky in case of an off. So that's gloves and helmet. Next, you need a jacket. And I'm talking about D3O armor on the shoulders, the elbows, and a spine protector. Most jackets will only come with a pad or a pocket for a spine protector. They do not come with the spine protector. Even if they come with the shoulder pads and the elbow pads, they do not come with a spine protector. So always make sure when you're purchasing a jacket that you get the spine protector that goes with it, that matches the shape of the pocket in that jacket. Next, moving on down the body, a lot of people say, I just wear jeans. Jeans in a slide are only good for a few feet. After that, the cotton material of the jeans is going to get ground into your skin along with all of the asphalt or gravel or whatever you're sliding on. So, regular jeans really aren't made as protective equipment. So look into riding jeans. For women, we have riding leggings that are really handy dandy, and you can wear them under other pants. Or you can just wear the leggings all by themselves if you've got a cute figure, which I don't have. So if you have a cute figure, you can just wear riding leggings. And they have pockets for knee armor and hip armor. So minimum protection for the waist down. Get some riding jeans or some riding pants. And if you're a commuter, if you want to be a commuter, I would suggest getting overpants. There's a difference between riding pants and overpants. You can ask where you're buying your gear for more details on that, or I'll get into more details on riding pants on the video I did on the review of the Triumph motorcycle pants. If you want to hear a little bit of a difference between motorcycle riding pants and overpants, look up that Triumph gear video that I did. I explained a little bit of the difference there. But going back to what is essential gear, at least riding pants. They're either Kevlar lined or made of Dyneema or some other protective abrasion resistant fabric. You also want some that have pockets for knee armor. Make sure the knee armor fits you in the riding position. Don't just stand up, oh, the knee armor fits at the right spot. Get in your riding position. The pants are gonna hike up and the knee armor is gonna hike up. So to make sure that the riding pants, the knee armor fits you in your riding pants properly, get in the riding position. Hip padding or hip armor is another step up. I don't always wear hip armor, but if it fits in the pants you have and they have pockets, don't ride without it. That's an added level of protection. But again, the minimum is some good riding jeans or riding pants. Now, moving on down to the feet. Oh, why not wear tennis shoes? You know, I've got over the ankle tennis shoes. Well, why not? Boots made specifically for riding have protection for your ankles. They also have stability support built in for your ankles. Oh, I wear steel-toed boots. No, do not ever wear steel-toed boots on a motorcycle if you can avoid it. Why not? Well, they're great protection, but once the steel is bent and crushes your toes, it does not rebound. If you get in an accident and that steel toe gets crushed, it's cutting off your toes or cutting off the circulation to your toes or just cutting your toes, and it does not rebound, and they're gonna have to get those boots off of you somehow. So they're gonna have to cut off those boots and get them off of you. Or it's gonna do more damage to your toes as they try and extricate your feet from the boots. Riding boots are armored with armor that will spring back and not stay crushed on your toes if you have that kind of an accident. So in riding shoes of whatever kind, you want to look for the ankle protection and over the ankle boot minimum. Then you want to get something that has toe protection in it. Lace-up boots are okay, but I recommend some kind of zipper or Velcro closure instead. If you have lace-up boots, be careful that the laces are secured really well, because you don't want loose laces getting caught up in a chain or anything. You definitely want to be careful that the laces are secure. For a beginning rider, you know, if you just want to look cool, yeah, go ahead, get the lace-up ones. But again, when you lace them up, be careful that you really secure the tie at the top so that those bits don't go loose. If you're not sure that you can really tie them really tight and secure every single time, get some boots that either zipper or Velcro on. So that's it from top to toe. Start with your helmet. That's your most important investment, so I would buy that first. Then gloves. You always want to wear gloves. Armored jacket of some kind. Riding pants or minimum riding jeans. And you need some kind of riding shoe or boot. So that is ATGATT. All the gear, all the time. ATGATT. And, oh, I spent all my money on the motorcycle. I don't have enough money left over for my gear. I've heard that excuse a mazillion times, and it doesn't hold water. If you can't afford the gear, you can't afford to ride. So what I recommend is before you get your bike, start picking up pieces of gear as things are on sale. Go ahead, watch for helmet sales, watch for glove sales, watch for something on clearance. Go on Facebook Marketplace and see if people are getting rid of gear that you can pick up secondhand real cheap. Speaking of secondhand, never, ever, ever get a secondhand helmet, because your helmet conforms to your head and you don't want somebody else's helmet. Also, if you do get a secondhand helmet, look for the born on date, the date of manufacturer of that helmet. Every helmet manufacturer puts their date in a different place. It might be in the EPS, it might be on the chin strap. So you can Google where to find the born on date for that particular helmet. Used helmets, once they've been started in use, are only good for 5 years. Sitting on the shelf up to 7 years. But if you look in the helmet and that black EPS liner is covered in crackles, don't buy it. It means that it's already been through the ringer. Just, again, don't get a secondhand helmet, get a new helmet. There are plenty of inexpensive helmets for beginners, but save up your pennies and really invest in a good helmet. That's the most important piece of equipment. Next, I'd say gloves and a jacket, and then boots and riding jeans or riding pants of some kind. So that's it for my ATGATT talk. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them down in the comments. I really love your comments and the interaction from y'all. Really appreciate it. And if you like what you're hearing and seeing on this channel, please do me a favor and like and subscribe. Once you've subscribed, hit the little bell so it reminds you when new videos drop. And as always, get out there and have an adventure.